Incumbent New York City Mayor Eric Adams is abandoning his reelection bid. According to the New York Times, he blamed, quote, continued media speculation about my departure and a decision by the city's campaign finance board to deny him public matching funds for his campaign, which has flagged amid anemic poll numbers and a cloud of scandal around City Hall. But before we break all that down, just a quick reminder, hit the subscribe button and enable notifications. It really helps us bring you more stories like this. This is Kameron Williams, and welcome to Pragmotiv News. So, of course, Adams had to take one last veiled swing at Zohran Mamdani. Roll it.
Initiatives. But I must also sound a warning. Extremism is growing in our politics. Our children are being radicalized to hate our city and our country. Political anger is turning into political violence. Too often, insidious forces use local government to advance divisive agendas with little regard for how it hurts everyday New Yorkers. Major change is welcome and necessary, but beware of those who claim the answer to destroy the very system we built together over generations. That is not change, that is chaos. Instead, I urge New Yorkers to choose leaders not by what they promise, but by what they have delivered.
I mean, if a system isn't working for the majority of Americans, then major change is necessary and is needed. But that doesn't mean, and also nobody is claiming or wanting to tear down the entire system. That's not anything anybody is advocating for. But whatever. Let me give you a backstory here. Eric Adams was indicted on corruption charges. Now, instead of standing on his own, he turned to Donald Trump for help. Think about that. The sitting Democratic mayor of New York City suddenly praising Donald Trump in late 2024 and early 2025, refusing to call him a fascist, which is a total reversal from his earlier stance. Then he even left the party and ran as an independent. He doubled down by echoing Trump's immigration rhetoric and criticizing President Biden's border policies. And he also met with Trump's so-called border czar. And in return, Trump's Justice Department intervened and poof, case dismissed in February 2025. But here's the thing that he didn't think about. No Democrat is going to support you after getting indicted and then selling your soul to Donald Trump to save your own ass. It's just not going to work. This is what's broken in American politics. You've got corruption everywhere, elected officials getting indicted, while the most corrupt president in American history walks free. Republicans are still Trump sycophants, and Democrats, they can't even figure out a message that connects with people. And then they wonder why voters aren't engaged. I'm getting pissed off, and I'm cover this stuff for a living. So that means voters are getting pissed off too. So the people of New York have been clear. They want Zoran Mamdani, period. But the Democratic establishment keeps dragging their feet to endorse. Why? Well, Mamdani was a part of the uncommitted movement against Joe Biden in the 2024 primaries over the war in Gaza. I think that's why Kamala Harris didn't give him a glowing endorsement. But at the end of the day, Mamdani voted for her in the general election. So it's time to put 2024 in our rear view and look towards the future. So now check this out. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and Kirsten Gillibrand, not one of these New York Democrats have endorsed Mamdani. And the common denominator is all three of them get money from pro-Israel sources like the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC, who give money to both Republicans and Democrats. So that's why they won't endorse Mamdani, who is a strong defender of Palestinian rights and a vocal critic of the Israeli government's policies. Now Hakeem Jeffries has really stepped in it by releasing this statement praising Eric Adams. This is a The Hill article. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries praised New York City's Mayor Eric Adams for serving, quote, courageously after Adams ended his independent reelection campaign on Sunday. Eric Adams has served courageously and authentically for decades as a member of the NYPD, the New York State Senate in Brooklyn Borough Hall, and as our 110th mayor, Jeffries said in a statement reported by multiple media outlets. During his time in office, violent crime is down, the building of affordable housing units is up, and New York City has recovered from the COVID-19 pandemic. So people are losing faith in the Democratic Party, and it's because of Democrats like this. Why in the actual fuck would you praise a mayor who was indicted and then cozied himself up to Trump just to get the case dismissed? And on top of all of that, left the party altogether. Hopefully he got the message, because most likely he took down the statement due to the backlash, because I've been trying to find it and I can't. I've looked on his website where he normally releases statements. I've checked his social medias and I can't find it. The only place I can see it is in news articles. So lately, the Democratic Party has been all over the place. Former Democrats cozying up to Trump, the rest of the party looking disorganized and disconnected. They still don't seem to understand what the American people actually want. So let me spell it out for them. People want lower costs, higher wages, and people want Medicare for all. It's not complicated. Run on it. Kamala Harris lost in 2024 because Democrats obsessed over Trump bad, Trump fascist, Project 2025. And while all of that is true, guess what? Regular people didn't care. They already knew Trump was bad. They just wanted cheaper eggs or lower costs. And it wasn't enough to inspire them to show up for the Democrats. So you've got to give voters something to vote for rather than against. And as soon as y'all learn that, is when Democrats can stop this fascist bullshit by winning. So Eric Adams is out. The Democratic establishment is fumbling. And unless they start listening to what people are demanding, they'll keep losing ground. That's all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. And follow at Pragmotiv News everywhere to stay pragmotivated. Also, remember you can find us across major platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and iHeartRadio so that you can listen to us even when you're on the go. So head on over there now and follow us and leave a review. It really helps us out. Until next time, peace.